I've been working on a facade. This is the facade right here. It's actually going to hold a 40-inch TV in there in the front, and it's sized to. It'll be that tall. It's sized to wrap around the table here, so there'll be a piece here on hinges that goes around the table on both sides. Anyway, I've been working on that for my DJing. Um, anyway, I see that Sunday is going to be 72 degrees, and that's the day that I'm going to mold. Look, it's going to be the day I mold it. I'm definitely going to mold on this coming Sunday. It's looking good. The weather has been terrible. I don't know about anybody out there in your neighborhood, but I live in South Jersey at the very extreme southern tip on the peninsula in Cape May County. And I'm going to tell you, we've had nothing but 50s and 60-degree weather all the way up to now. And here we are, what, 3 weeks, 2 weeks away from June? And this is terrible, So my plan is to get that molded, and then even next week, after the weekend, after Sunday, it's supposed to go back into the 50s and 60s again. I just can't win. I don't like doing the molds in that kind of temperature because I get soaking wet, and I don't need to get sick out here. It's not worth it to me. It'll actually ruin my whole summer if I get sick. I don't want that. And anyway, so my plan is to do this on Sunday. It's supposed to be a high of 72. That's perfect. That's the same temperature that's in my house. And that's the plan. Now, in other news, I've been going in and out of the doctors. I've been doing all kinds of stuff. It turns out all my joint pain that I've been having has been strictly being caused by diabetes. Diabetes is no joke, folks. And I'm not type 1, I'm type 2, and I was borderline. I was barely diabetic just a year ago. And it's debilitating. I mean, the pain that I've been in, I thought maybe it was because I'm way overweight. I'm walking around on, I played a lot of semi-pro football, and, I'm figuring I'm 60 years old, and the joints are crapping out on me, and that wasn't the case. It turns out it was the diabetes that's actually kicking my butt. So, yeah, I'm going to get better, Lucas. I'm definitely going to get better, and I'll tell you exactly why. This is one of the reasons why I'm posting this. So I'm on a 120-day, I forget how many days it is, till October 1st, because that's my favorite time of the year, from the whole month of October. And I'm sure you can't guess why. But from now until October 1st, I'm going to go on an everyday journey. Probably going to post it on Facebook. I'm not going to put it on YouTube. I'm going on a very, 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 well, I'm not going to call this a diet. I'm going to completely change my eating habits, strictly vegetables, chicken and fish. It's going to be, I have to have carbs. Now, I learned some things, going to the dietitian and everything I didn't realize. My biggest issue, believe it or not, the reason why I was gaining a ton of weight was because I wasn't eating enough. And then I would eat one big meal. And I kind of knew that that's not good for me anyway. But being diabetic, I didn't realize that your pancreas will create, is it pancreas? I don't know. One of them creates sugar. I think it's the pancreas. Anyway, it creates sugar if you don't feed your body the carbohydrates. So your body pumps a bunch of sugar into your system, and it shoots it makes your diabetes go crazy. So basically, your A1C goes nuts. So what I'm doing is I'm supposed to have like 35 to 40 grams of sugar per meal, which I find very high. But it's if I eat the right types of food, my sugar will stay kind of level. It won't spike up or down. And that's what they want. They want it to be level. And that keeps you from getting crystals in your bloodstream. Sugar crystals, it breaks down, it gets into your bloodstream, it gets into the joints, it goes into all your joints, and that's what's causing the pain. I didn't know that, but I'm so glad I went to the doctors and also went to the nutritionist, and they enlightened me very quickly on how to get this under control. So not only am I changing my whole lifestyle with food, the key to success, I think, honestly, it basically comes down to this: never eat anything that's in a box. All processed foods, no good. No processed sugars, no artificial sugars. Everything has to come from, fruits and vegetables and, meats, beans. Everything else is off my playlist. Yogurt's good. I can have that as long as there's no sugar in it. And it's hard to find, sugar-free yogurt. They have the artificial sugar in it. And that's no good. I can't have that. Even stevia or whatever the hell, none of that stuff they're finding out is any good for diabetics. You just literally, I got the hiccups. You have to go sugar-free completely. And the weird thing about going sugarless, if you ever try this, within a week of not eating any sugar at all, anything, not even adding to your coffee, nothing, no sugar. Sugar is very addictive, all right? And what it does is it creates cravings artificially. Your body is never satisfied because you're eating a bunch of stuff, even if they have sugar in hot dogs, for Christ's sake. All right. So I'm just saying, when you're eating the artificial and the stuff that's like, just absolutely anything that's in a box is processed. Anything processed. Everything that's processed, they're putting sugar in it. Now, I found out reason why that happened is because back in the 70s, remember there was a big, well, you guys aren't going to remember, but back in those days, there was a big fad where nobody was allowed to eat. Everybody was on the kick of no fat, no fat, no fat. Well, they had to replace it with something for flavoring. So what they did was they pumped in sugar and they took all the fatty stuff away. And when they did the sugar, they found out, it's nice and addictive. The more you eat, the more you want. The more you want, the more you eat. So you never get around it, but lifestyle's about to change on me. What's up? Did you get it fixed up?
What's that? Nah,
No.
Kyle's going to help me when I get the, I bought the 2 new ones.
Pardon me, folks.
Bought 2 new ones, so.
You did get 2 ones? 2? Did you reach out to the company?
Yeah, they're like, well, that's, well, we're on the next generation, so we don't support that anymore. Like that little thing he and I did to line it up. We don't offer for that now.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's...
So, we don't service it. So I was like, okay, I'll buy another one then.
Anyway, back to you guys. I'm sorry, I had a little interruption. I needed to ask him about that. Anyway, yeah, where was I? Yeah, the sugar. The more you put in your body, the more your body craves the sugar. And all of a sudden, you go a week without sugar, and your body says, you're not hungry. You're not snacking. You're not doing anything. Every time you eat something nutritious, I can't even speak right. I'm tired today, folks. When you eat something healthy for you, how's that? Nutritious. You eat something healthy, your body's satisfied. It really does satisfy it, And a lot of people, they think, everybody knows this. A lot of people don't know it. They don't know how much poison they're putting in our bodies with all this artificial stuff. They really don't. So my goal is to get to October 1st with this new lifestyle. Nothing. That was my alarm. Sorry, folks. Yeah, nothing from now until October 1st. I will not eat. Well, it's going to be forever, but this is kind of my goal just because October is my favorite month of the year. I'm going to go on this real hard, diligent lifestyle change and count the days up until October 1st just to see how much weight I lose, how much better I feel. And the amazing thing is, I'm counting this as the first day, but yesterday I actually started this. And just in that one day, a day and a half, it's almost 2 days. 6 o'clock tonight will be 2 days, exactly 48 hours. In that short of time, my legs, the swelling, because that's another thing. Diabetes, when you're fluctuating like crazy, you get what they call oh, come on. Well, you start out you get swelling in your legs, you get swelling in your ankles, and you're thinking you're retaining water and all this stuff, and you kind of are. That's exactly what's causing it. It's causing water retention, but it also does nerve damage. And all of a sudden you'll get tingling in your hands and in your feet and in your legs. I mean, I was getting tingling all over the place. And just, it feels like real mild pins and needles that you get when your leg falls asleep or your hand falls asleep or your arm falls asleep. So it's a really crazy disease. It really is. I didn't know all the shit that was going on. And it turns out the diabetes is it's causing all my pain, all of it. So starting today until October 1st, I'm going to be counting every day, and I'm on a complete lifestyle change. Nothing out of a box, no processed foods, no. Oh, good night, my friend. Good night. 2:30 in the morning over there. Woo, and that's late. Good night, buddy. And you can watch the video later. Crusher, 2:32 p.m. That's about where it's at here too. Crusher. Yeah, so I have been busy outside of my health, getting my health back under control. Now that I know what the problem has been, I went to the doctors. They told me the pain's coming from, it was to the point where I could barely walk. My body was like literally, it aches so bad. I could barely stand. And I'm like, that was partially the reason why I thought, I got to get out here and I got to make my mold on my Lazy Susan. And when I'm making that mold, I'm usually standing on my feet the entire day, about 4 to 6 hours out here standing right there. And I thought, man, the kind of pain I'm in, I doubt I can do it. So I had to get something done. So I went to the doctors and I thought, narcotics, I didn't care at this point. I was like, I don't care. Whatever I got to do, I got to do. Because I can't get no work done being in the kind of pain I was in. So I go there and, they look at they look at my sugar levels and they went, oh, this is your problem. They're not too high, but they were high enough to really mess me up. And he said, oh yeah, you're going to get swelling. You're going to feel that tingling. You're going to feel, you're going to get a lot of joint pain because what happens is the sugar crystallizes in your bloodstream and it attacks the joints. It goes into the joints and it's like grit sandpaper. It's rubbing in your joints. It affects all your tendons. It destroys you. It actually causes a lot of pain. And I thought, my God, this is horrible. So I had to get it fixed. Anyway, so this is what I've been doing. Let's not talk about the health anymore. You guys know where I'm at with that. I am going to be healthy over this summer. I am going to kick this thing in the ass. Finally, I'm done. I went through hell A lot of needles yesterday, man. A lot of needles I had taken a lot of blood out of me. But my plan is, what I've been doing is I had to make a facade. I'll show you this, Crusher. Oh, I know I can do it. Hey, I cold turkeyed cigarettes after 15 years. I have a very strong willpower. Um, I've been dancing around with the weight loss program. It's funny though. I can say this with cigarettes, you put them down, you walk away, you never have to smoke again. And it's tough. A lot of people don't, some people can't do it. I have a very strong willpower and I was able to. I just did it. I just walked away. That was it. Food, that's a whole nother issue. You can't just stop eating food. And the problem is not knowing why I would crave food so much. I was craving, craving, craving. Here it was, too much sugar in your diet. So it causes so much bullshit. Vaping. Let me tell you something about vape, my friend. Don't do it. I was talking to a heart specialist, and it's called wet lung. All right. A lot of kids are getting this thing called wet lung. Yeah, I gotta, all right, let me finish this. Wet lung, what it does, it clogs all your ability to absorb oxygen and nitrogen in your blood. And a lot of people get that cough. The kids are actually dropping dead. My nephew just went through this. He thought it was anxiety. Here it turns out he was vaping, and he's been vaping for like several years. At least 3 or 4 years, and he got wet lung. And what happened was, check them out. I got barn swallows hanging out on my porch. They're right there, if you can see them. They've been with me for years. They come here every year. I got them on my porch. But he got wet lung, and he basically he went into the hospital. Turns out he has a deformality in his heart, but nothing severe. But the doctor knew instantly, without even him telling him, or without even my nephew telling the doctor, that he was vaping. Doctor looked at could see it on the X-ray, and told him, "You have wet lungs. Stop vaping right now. Do not vape anymore because it does cause cardio problems." Lung issues, which lead to cardio problems. So, and that's why teenagers are dropping dead on basketball courts, and they're dropping dead from this, the vaping, because they think, it's cool, So anyway, that's enough of that. I don't want to lecture anybody. You don't want to quit. You don't want to quit. That's up to anybody, but I can just tell you what I was told from a specialist. So, and the thing is, vaping is new. Vaping hasn't been around long enough to really know the damage. I just look at it this way. Anything that you're putting into your body that isn't natural, you got to think about the vaping and then the oils that are in the vape to give you the flavoring and everything. It can't be good for you. You're putting liquid in your lungs. If you could breathe liquid, then we'd be able to breathe underwater. So that's what it's called, wet lung. And I think the oil does have something to do with it. But even that, the stuff that gives you the flavors, and even the stuff that's supposedly harmless, it's still clogging your lung up. So, all right, enough about that. Let me show you this. Still a little sore, but not nowhere. I'm able to walk. Okay, so let me show you this. I just built this thing. Let me put this over here for now. All right, these are the side panels. I'll step back from it in a minute. Yeah, I mean, you should really try to convince anybody that's doing vaping not to do it. Okay, this will be the front of my DJ booth. Imagine that table there is behind this thing. This will have plexiglass here, plexiglass here, plexiglass here, plexiglass here. My 40-inch 4K TV goes right there. All right, and that's basically, and then the side panels, each of them are just square. They get plexiglassed, sanded down really good, and then you put lights underneath the table and on top of the table to shine on the plexiglass to give it the colors, and put lasers and stuff like that in there if you want. But I had to build this because of some of the things I'm doing at work for the summer. And what happened was, see my controller, imagine this here, the controller, the back of the controller is like right behind this, right on the table. And somebody had like busted off 2 of my wires on my controller, and I had to fix that. So I'm up on a little bit of a stage. So what'll happen is this will be higher. People won't be able to reach over and down. That's literally 18 inches to the bottom, to the top of the table. From the table here to the top of this thing is 18 inches. So that'll keep people from being able to reach down or over. Plus I'm up elevated another 2 feet off the ground. That's what I've been doing with this here, trying to get ready for my summer. My summer's, it's going to be busy. I'm going to be very busy this summer. And then after that, I go back in the fall to the other job. But anyway, that's that. I did make some adjustments, Crusher and Lucas. All right, bye, buddy. Make sure you tell your, whoever, is it your mom that's... Hold on, let me see. Yeah, no, it's serious, Lucas. All right, make sure you tell your mom to give up the vaping. I think vaping's actually worse for you. They're finding out worse for you than cigarette smoking. At least cigarette smoking, it takes years and years for you to die from it. Some people die earlier, though. You just never know. It just depends on the person. But vaping, it's serious stuff, man. Anyway, okay. Crusher, you're still with me, right? I want to show you the adjustment I made on the lips. I have to go in there and break down my equipment anyway. All right, let me go on the side. I'm going to go into my side door. I've been working on out here. I'll go in through the side. It's supposed to be 72 on Sunday. I don't know if the sun will be out, but I know... Oh, shoot, I did lock it. Damn it. I got to go into the house. Don't mind the floor. I don't want to show my house on YouTube. I mean, it's not messy or anything. It's just kind of a little bit of privacy is all. So, anyway, I'm going to go into the studio. Oh boy, can't see anything here. Hold on. Being outside for a minute, that was terrible. On into my studio. All right. Okay, you might like this. All said and done. Let me pull this over my chair so I can take a good shot of it. So you can see it. All right, see what I did to the lips. Pay attention to the bottom lip. That is really accurate to the actual. It's very accurate to the original mask. I had the original mask on here with Dick Warlock wearing it, and it definitely looks a lot better. And even the V cut in there is even the V cut is in there. It's more accurate to the original mask. Yep. Yeah, I had the the light right here splashing down on the front of it so you can see the features. You can see the check mark cheek. I rounded that check mark cheek just a little bit right in here. If you can see it. I rounded it. It was a little bit too sharp of a cut. As you can see, that's got that little double check mark in this cheek at the very end of that tuck, and you see the little shaped round. It's the way it's supposed to be. I can't wait to get this molded. This is going to be really cool. So that was my original Halloween Kills, which I'm not a fan of. Now that's the urethane copy, so it's the exact same size as the actual clay master because urethane doesn't shrink. Oh, so do I. I can't wait, man. Crusher, this is going to be cool. I think my biggest challenge now is going to be to paint it, to make it really, really awesome. I want to make a really good paint job on these masks. And you're getting something that it's going to blow you away when I'm done. I will not mass produce these masks. I will do one at a time, and I will take my time. My reasons for this are really because I want it to be really of a work of art. I don't want it to look like just rushed. I'm not going to do a rush paint job on it. What's going to be nice about the 78 here is this because I widened the eyes a little bit and I gave it that wider look. It looks a lot. It's giving the combination of the 78 and the 1981 and the flashback. It's got all three of those faces all mixed into one. I'll tell you what the difference is. The lips are 78 and 81. The eyebrows are more like the original. I would say like the poster art. The eye cuts are more like a combination of the original 81 and 78, and then these little bump outs right here on each side. That represents the flashback mask. So this is like a combination of all, but you get that really cool evil look to this thing. You really do get it. That's got a nice sculpt in there. I also did something else. At the top of the brow, it's a bump out, right? Like right here, it bumps out. I had it back too far. I had to bring it to the front because on this side, let me see if you can see that bump. Yeah, you can a little bit. You can see that bump right there. All right, now same thing on this side. The bump's almost like right dead over the eye itself, centered at the eye, a little bit to the right of the center of the eye. And these are the little things that matter. These little things change, trying to make it as accurate as possible. So, you know what? I got to watch my time. I have to go to work in a very few minutes. I got to pack up. I got to pack up my computer and take that with me and get ready to go to work. Yeah, the details. Now, do you think that this has got a really unique look on its own, Crusher? This doesn't really copy anybody's mask that's out there. Am I wrong about that? Does this look very stand on its own? That's what I'm really aiming for. I want it to be its own version, but not too far off from the original. To give you that. And I went for more of an attitude face. I didn't want something that was too emotionless. I wanted attitude to it. So what do you think? Is this? This doesn't look like anybody's sculpture, right? Yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. I want it to be That's what I'm aiming for. I think it's probably going to be one of those masks that'll sold out. You know, I'll be dead and gone, and people will want to get a copy of that mask. I'm 60 years old, so how many am I going to produce? I don't know, but really aiming for collectors, and I'm aiming for it's more of a work of art. I'm not trying to mass produce these things. I'm not going to, you know, it's just not a good idea to do that. One, they'll come after me if I do that, and you don't want to mass produce this. Maybe somebody wants to buy the mold and use it in a movie. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be cool. So anyway, yeah, that's where I'm at with the sculpture. Um, Crusher, I got to jump off of here because I got to pack up. I got to be playing by 4 o'clock at my job, and it means I got to get out of here by at least quarter after 3. I don't know what time it is. I got to see what time it is. Let me see. Can I shrink this down? No, I can't even mess with this. That's terrible. Anyway, I'll just jump off of here now. And this is what I've been up to. Yeah, I think it's getting close to that. I'm getting that. Oh, you better get off of here and get busy. All right, Crusher. Good. Thanks for hanging out. And I'm sorry somebody else just jumped on and they missed the whole spiel. But anyway, going to get healthy from now until October 1st. New way of life. Now that I know what the issues are. And Sunday, I'm going to be molding this bad boy, Crusher. I'm going to be molding this. And whoever else is out there. I got 2 people on right now watching me live. But it was only on for a short time, so we weren't really on here for very long, 32 minutes. Anyway, I'm going to jump. I'm going to jump off. All right, Crusher. Sunday, this bad boy gets molded. It's supposed to be 72 degrees. I don't think it says rain. It just says clouds, some clouds. Hopefully it's sunny, and I can get this bad boy done, and I'm going to be pain-free by then, I hope. Or at least, almost pain-free. I feel pretty good now. I feel pretty good, and it's only been 48 hours. Oh, yeah. I got to get this under control because, there's quantity and quality. The hell with quantity if I can't have quality. You know what I mean? That's what life is. I mean, what are you going to do? Sit on the couch and rot? I mean, that's not what I want to do. I've never been lazy in my life, and I'll be damned if I do it in my old age. I'm too damn stubborn and too creative to sit back and do nothing. Even if I retire from like DJing and all that stuff, which that's going to happen in the next couple of years, I'm going to be doing this stuff. That's what I really set this business up for retirement. That's what I'm aiming to do. And do the YouTube stuff. That'll be fun. And I can't really do it in the summer because I'm really busy this summer. But this fall, I'm going to be signed up to Stan Winston School of Art. And I'll be sharing what I do and learn off of that. That'll be really cool. That'll help grow the channel because I'm going to tackle all those little cool things. Because by then I should have all the Michael Myers masks done. Early fall, I should have them all done. And then from there, I am going to probably keep this sculpture going, but I'm going to make my Halloween Ends rendition of what I think it should look like, and that's what I'm going to do. And I do want to use the skull idea. I like it, but the problem is this eye has been stabbed. If I make the skull end on this side, he has no vision because there will be no eyeball there, and there'll be a stabbed eye here. So how does Michael Myers actually see? So maybe I do the skull, like chunks of skull are going to shine through on the burnt side. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. When I do, that'll be cool. Oh yeah, I can't wait. I want to do scarecrows, zombies. I'm going to do all kinds of zombie scarecrows. That'd be cool. You know. I was thinking doing like little kids' costumes that were dressed up in, say, clown outfits. But yeah, werewolf. I love werewolves, man. I really do. They're a challenge though because of the amount of fur, and you got to do a full costume. You can't just do a mask. It's got to be a full costume. And the kind of werewolf that I want to make is a stilts. You know, you put it on stilts. You're gonna have to walk on stilts with it. And they have some really good stilts now that are really cool. And you can make your werewolf. And I like the werewolves that have the long, slender uh, hooves on their, like I'm trying to remember. I don't like the man. I want it to look a lot more like a wolf, but stands on two, not on four. It'll be cool. It'll be cool. I'm more of a fan of that, and I'm gonna make a costume on stilts, and hopefully I have the energy and I have the agility to do all these kind of things that I really want to do. If I don't, I just don't do it. I'm not going to kill myself trying to do things that I shouldn't be doing. I don't want to put myself in an early grave. But I have Stilt Beast Studios, Alan Hops, man. He does. That's how he came up with the name Stilt Beast. Um, yeah, it'll be cool. Yeah, you'll be on stilts with my werewolf, and the stilts will probably be put you up about 2.5 feet taller than what you are. Maybe 2 foot, 24 inches higher. It'll give you that much more. You'll be scary as hell. And I'm going to pad it out to where the costume is very muscular. You know, but these are things I have to learn how to do, and that's what the Stan Winston School is going to be for. I won't be werewolf until I've got a good couple, maybe, yeah, Still Be Studios. He's awesome, man. Alan Hops. Um, I want to really get a good. Oh yeah, he makes cool masks. He does it all. He's a quick sculptor though. He does that. He does everything in wet clay, and he can knock out a whole sculpture in an episode. Maybe a couple hours. He does them pretty quick. Now he doesn't do this kind of detail or anything. That's not what he does. You have to see his. You have to look him up. Um, but he doesn't work with monster clay either. He works with wet clay, which is a water-based clay. And I can't have wet clay in here. I got too much electronics. It's too messy. But let me jump off of here, man. I got to get ready for work. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'm going to get healthy, more energetic. You can already hear it in my voice. I'm not tripping. I'm not reiterating too much. I was like, you got it, Crusher. I'll see you. Have a great, 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 great weekend. Peace. Love you all. Be good. See you on Sunday.